Yes, yes, yes. Namaste. So I'm thinking today, I was just doing an Instagram story. Sometimes I get heated. I'm just trying to inspire. I'm trying to get across my point. I'm passionate about the concept of average people. Like, you don't have to die broke. That was the title of my first book. I saw one of Ramsey's people's names his book similar. But the concept was like, just average people, like blue collar people. I became, since I was a kid, I've been interested in the markets and futures. And I went to a futures exchange when I was in high school. And then when I went to the military, I was always trying to hustle and make money and get ahead and build things. So I took to the concept of building wealth once someone sat me down. And for me, it was an event. It was probably similar for you. I met a guy and on vacation, I had saved up. I'd been, long story short, I had like 15 grand. I hadn't been out of the Army that long. I'm working as a juvenile correctional officer. I'm going to college, or trying to. I hated college. And I vacation with this guy, and I didn't know him. My wife's, girlfriend at the time's friends with his wife. And on a piece of paper, he breaks down for me, put 20% down on a property, fix it up. Make sure you can rent it for $100 to $200 over your holding costs of taxes, insurance, mortgage, and a little bit of maintenance. And just do that over and over. And if you do that 10 times, you can become a millionaire. And I was like, what? Do that. Like, what he told me fit on a 3x5 card. And he's like, yeah, there's more to it than this, but you can learn that as you go. You don't have to get it right. You just want to get it going, meaning you're falling forward fast, right? That's what we call that. You don't have to get it right. Think about that. Like, you don't have to know everything. You can be confused. You can not know, I don't know how to work on houses. Good. That didn't preclude you from doing it. Like, falling forward fast. Think of it like a running back's trying to get those extra yards. He's falling forward, like the play's breaking down and he's still reaching. That's you. That's me and you. We don't have to get it right. So I don't have to get this video right to reach one person, right? And if I archive them in a bunch of videos, and every day one video reaches one person, and there's hundreds of videos, I can, in effect, not being good at something, affect the lives of hundreds, if not thousands, and the ripple effect of that into the universe. One thing I learned about these principles, you might call me crazy, call it hocus pocus, whatever you want to call it. But I believe there's just some basic principles in life. And somehow inside of those basic principles, there's also chaos and randomness and things that we didn't plan for and things we don't feel like we're equipped to handle, and sorrows and pains and deaths and viruses and calamities. And it's like, fuck, dude, life is hard. But yet inside of that, there are rules and principles. Like the concept of karma. And I don't know how that works, but I think we all know if you put out good, if you try to do good, most of the time you're going to receive good, right? But there's always the time that it doesn't. But we can't live for those times. Like, we can't live in fear. The Bible talks about God hasn't given people the spirit of fear. And yet every day can be fearful. And yet one of the first principles in this idea of getting rich, or what I talk about, the millionaire blueprint, right? Because I'm trying to talk to average people. Like, if you went to college and you understand finances and mortgages, and you're maxing out your IRA, your 401k, and you've got health savings accounts, and you've got things all tax sheltered, and you own these assets, then good for you. I don't need to talk to you. I'm talking to the dude that drives truck. And guess what? He's not buying these billion-dollar stocks. He's not collecting dividends. No one told him about this. No one told him how to get into real estate, or for whatever reason, it just hasn't crossed his mind. So I'm trying to reach that person. Meaning the lady that works as a door greeter at fucking Walmart, this game is fractal. The stock market's fractal. Real estate, due to social investing, has become fractal. Now, I don't do that, but I know it's there, and I've seen it, and I've read on it, and I've looked at it. And investing now is as simple as clicking a thumb, and like consolidating debt and lowering your interest and getting your shit together. It's never been easier. Or just simply seeing your credit. I used to have to write for it, and they would mail me some pages. Now you get on an app, hit a 4-digit key, boom, there's your credit score. Like, everything is so fast and so easy and so accessible now. But this was the message that I was thinking today. I tend to get off track. It all starts with responsibility. And that's what makes it hard. That's kind of what makes it scary. Like, heavy is the head that wears the crown. When you are a head of a business, guess what? You don't have to own a business to be the head. You could be the head of your family. And with that comes extra fear. With that comes extra weight. The weight of the world. Like, heavy is the head. Meaning it's hard. Life's pushing down on you. And it's chaotic. And yet there's rules, right? Stuff like You don't have to get it right. Just get it going. That all the Bible talks about all things work together to good. And you're like, well, I'm not in the Bible. Cool. Buddha said you are what you think about. In other words, you have some control. You can manifest. There's this universal principle, this philosophy. Some people call it manifestation. Christians call it prayer. This idea that we can think things. We can begin to push ourselves or apply ourselves. You'll hear me call that pushing your intent into the universe, right? Making it public. This is the reason writing down goals and writing down dreams and writing vision boards work, is because that's a form of speaking as if and talking as though, like manifesting, like you're like, it's not real right now, but I'm going to put it out there. That house isn't real, but I'm going to look at it every day because it doesn't cost me anything to look at the house. It doesn't cost you anything to look at your dreams. And this is what pisses me off when it comes to the market. It costs you nothing to play. The apps are fucking free. You can put in tiny amounts of money. Everyone on planet Earth now can buy Bitcoin. Everyone on Earth can participate in the financial markets. You don't think they're going to keep going higher and higher and higher and higher? What else can you put your money in? So you take your money out of the market. Now you got a bunch of fucking cash. What do you do with it, wise guy? What, are you going to just sit and eat your cash? You're going to sit and eat your cash? No. So as a guy trying to make money with money, I got to make these decisions. I can't be jerked around by the herd. I got to have discipline. I got to be able to see a bigger picture, which is one of the 10 pillars of success, right? But the last one, take full responsibility, that's the hard one. That is literally the secret key, if there's such a thing, to simply starting the process in motion to becoming rich. Or whatever you define as rich, like the life that you want, the assets that you want, you feel protected, because that feels protected. It feels good to have $500,000 in the stock market. It feels good to own some passive, some things that are just giving you money while you're an engineer, while you work over here, while you do this. You've got this $2,000 a month. You know how fucking easy it is to get $2,000 a month coming in? But it starts with responsibility. That's where it starts. Like, the only way to have a good, clean credit score is to be responsible. Let's be real. Like, you pay your bills. And I'm not saying that people don't mess up. Shit, I messed up. I went through a divorce early on, fucked up my credit. Why? I wasn't responsible. So I can't play the victim card. I got to say, why the fuck did my credit get bad? I didn't pay my bills. Well, then that gives me the answer how to fix it. Pay bills, which starts bucket one, necessities. Long before we get to investing in stocks, right? I talk about what? Getting the first bucket right. Why? Because it's part of this principle of fucking ownership, of taking full responsibility for our past, for cleaning up our debt, to position ourselves to profit going forward. So what good does it do to have a big drop and you ain't got no money? So the stock market's down big and you're putting in $50. Wouldn't you rather put in $5,000 and then a few days later, $2,000 and then a few days later, and you just do this shit all the time as a way of life, as a way a person lives, just growing richer and richer and bigger and bigger. And you've got all these investments. Like, you see that's all about you pursuing that or launching your business. Like, that's you pushing it into the universe, holding a thought, or as we talked about, Christians call it prayer, but that all starts with responsibility, friend. Me and you being responsible. That's the hard part, bro. Carrying the weight of the world. That's what happens. Because then you got the weight of the world on you. And those kids are looking at you and that wife and that husband, those employees. And you got to carry that. And that ain't easy. Don't worry, I carry that too. I carry the weight of a bunch of mortgages. I carry the weight of $1 million in debt. I carry the weight of the wave of the market going up and down when I'm talking to people and trading and brought my world to them and my books, and I share this on a daily experience and knowing that they're new and maybe it's scary. Maybe it's a little scary, but that's what it's about, right? That's how the group, Jesus said where two or more are gathered in my name, there's power. That's true. And that's why, again, I say to you, all the money that you want in the pockets, purses, wallets, checkbooks, and credit cards of other people, and through your service, through your skill, through your product, you interact with other people and you do a mutual exchange, and your exchange blesses them to the point that you walk away from that transaction, know that I served them. And then That's where it starts, right there. Like, that's part of that responsibility. It starts at the beginning, meaning you can't get money to do these things if you don't get up and go to work, if you're not on time, if you're not taking care of yourself. Like, the basics can't become the majors. Like, some things just have to be easy because they're part of the process of getting you to what you're trying to accomplish, to getting you to your goal. Meaning, saving shouldn't be hard. Saving should be what you do so that you can do this over here, which is what you want to do. In other words, it's you investing in you. You investing in you shouldn't be hard. Why is you investing in you hard? Why is you setting aside for that business hard? Why is your dream, your goal, why is putting that money into you? Why is that hard? Why does that seem less responsible and everybody else comes first? Why would I line up to take out student loans but not want to bet on me on something? Why would I do that? Why would I borrow $100,000 but not think, well, I should borrow $100,000 to get fucking rich? If I'm going to do it to give it to these teachers, why wouldn't I do it to give it to me? And so we just have to begin to reframe things around the idea that takes responsibility, man. They're not going to give it to you. You're going to take it. Like, you're going to go seek it, man. So go out there and do that, man. I'm with you, man. Where two or more are gathered and we're gathered together, I'm on the same idea as you. I'm walking that same plane, that same blue-collar millionaire blueprint. Every day I got to go get this money. Every day I got to go into these markets. Every day I'm looking. Whatever it is my focus is on, then whatever I need to fix up, whatever, whether it be tackling debt or building cash or putting money into this, like, something is forefront right now. Something is super important because what you think about comes about. What you focus on grows. And so you get that hole fixed and then you move. And then over time, you build this thing out. In other words, you can't be me at 25. It's taken me 25 years to be me. It's going to take you time. But you can learn from the wisdom and the pain of other people for sure, bro. Anyway, keep your head up, man. Keep your head up.